What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and some of you might remember a video I did a little while ago where I took a big stack of Panini relics and I looked at their memorabilia guarantees that they had on the front and the back of the cards. Well, seeing as Topps is, supposedly going to get the license here toward the end of the year, I thought it might be fun to look back at a previous era of Topps basketball cards as well, and maybe we could even contrast that with what we see in the future when that time comes. But I've got a big stack here. I'm not necessarily going to do the same thing that I did with the Panini Relics, where I went from the Vegas wording to the most specific, because as you can see here with this Adam Morrison relic, I've got some obscure stuff here, this Dwayne Wade. I've got some obscure stuff, so it's not going to work quite that way. But let's go ahead and just jump right in, and you'll see what we have from there. So the first one here, this is an Adam Morrison relic, and some of you might not even recognize that material, but you'll find out here shortly with the memorabilia guarantee. So there's nothing on the front of this card, but if you look on the back, look at the fine print here. It says the dress suit featured on the front of this card was worn during the 2006 NBA draft. The material was acquired directly from Adam Morrison. So this is actually one of my favorite relic cards. I just wish they had a picture of him at that draft there, but otherwise that is a very specific, they tell you when it was worn. Obviously it wasn't from a game, but and they said they got it right from Adam, so I thought that was pretty cool. Let's just stick with this theme of dress clothes. I guess Topps was really into that at the time. So we have an authentic player worn dress tie, as you can see here. Oops, try not to hit the camera. Right up here. And then when we flip it over here, it just says that you have received an authentic Dress for Success player-worn dress tie of Dwayne Wade, and then they acquired this directly from Dwayne Wade. So who knows what that actually looks like. I imagine there's a manager or a handler that's helping them with stuff in between there. So not going to get to the game jerseys just yet, because I've got a few other obscure ones here, fun ones that I want to show you. So this, you can see on the front, is an authentic game-used 2001 NBA playoffs basketball. And they tell you on the back here, it says the material featured on the front of this card was used during the 2001 NBA playoffs. It was acquired directly from the Phoenix Suns. And kind of through process of elimination, you can figure out that that was a ball from the Suns Kings series, because Peja Stojakovic has a card in this set as well, and his card says it was acquired from the Suns. So I imagine they just got one ball from one of those games. Okay, speaking of Peja Stojakovic, this is authentic game-worn sneakers. This is a little talked-about set from Stadium Club called Traction. And let's see what it says here. So it's got the player name, it's got the team name. On the back here, it says you've just received an authentic game-worn sneaker card of Peja Stojakovic. And then down here, it says the material was acquired directly from Peja. So once again, supposedly getting it straight from the player. All right, one more strange one here. This is it says authentic game-used NBA playoff towel. And then on the back, it says the material, it says a game-used towel card of Bo Outlaw, and it was acquired directly from the Orlando Magic. Now, did Bo actually use this towel, or did they just grab a big batch of towels from the teams? I'm guessing it's the latter, but we don't really know. Okay, so let's move on to some game-worn jersey stuff. This is a card from 2002-2003 Topps Jersey Edition, and it's a rookie card. And interestingly enough, it's an authentic game-worn NBA road jersey. So they're pretty specific there. Authentic game-worn NBA road jersey. By the way, that's a jersey-numbered copy of Fred Jones. Let's see what it says here. The material featured on the front of this card was worn during the 2002-2003 NBA season. It was acquired directly from NBA properties. So that's fairly specific. It doesn't necessarily say that it was used by Fred Jones. That's what they're implying there. Okay, so this one here from Topps Big Game. This is the Selective Swatch Logo Man. A lot of people don't like these because it's kind of an ugly card otherwise. I love this set. One of the reasons why is because it says you've just received an authentic 1 of 1 relic card. The full patch on the front of this card comes from the game-worn jersey shown here. So they show you the actual jersey. So they didn't explicitly say it was from Richard Jefferson, but they're showing you the jersey. That's number 24, and it says Jefferson on the back. So I thought that was pretty cool. I always thought it was weird, though. Like, they didn't stamp these cards. They just printed it on there. Looks kind of weird. Good looking card, though. All right, we've got this is another rookie relic here. This one, I believe, is from 2004. I think that's when Delonte was a rookie. And you can see, and I actually missed this the first time around, but it says authentic game-worn jersey on the front here. It says it around that star. Flip it over on the back, and there's absolutely nothing. So that's odd. And then also, I couldn't find, well, I don't have a copy of it, but his 2004 Bazooka is a player worn, and it tells you it's from the photo shoot, and then it gives you the exact date of the photo shoot, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'll try to throw a picture of that up on the screen for you. Okay, so what about multiplayer relics? How did Topps handle that? Well, it wasn't always the same, but this is a cool example here from Luxury Box. So this is back kind of when they considered warm-ups to be player-worn. Some of the companies used to consider them player-worn. Now they just consider them game-worn, or at least Panini does. So it says authentic player-worn warm-up for Jermaine O'Neal, player-worn warm-up for Danny Granger, authentic game-worn jersey for Jamal Tinsley. And that's one of the retro jerseys. Same thing with Jeff Foster here. Authentic game-worn jersey, and then authentic player-worn shorts. And this is definitely from a photo shoot because Sarunas Jasikaevicius never wore that style of jersey in a game with the Pacers. Maybe one preseason game because they didn't have those yet. But yeah, otherwise he never really wore those in a game. Okay. Continuing on here, we've got a triple threads printing plate. I think these were called white whales. And that's actually what we called some of these grail cards that we were chasing back in the day. But I think this is actually called White Whale is the name of this. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. White Whale. I guess it's right there, too. So it says, let's see here. It says an authentic autographed relic card of Gerald Wallace. But it doesn't say, it says the material contained on this card was acquired directly from NBA properties. Okay. But how or when was it used? Presumably game worn, but technically we don't know. Another triple threads card here of Greg Oden. His autograph looks like he just writes God. And so this would be 2007. It said the relics featured on the front of this card were worn during an official NBA game or event. And then it says it was acquired from the NBA. From a game or event, well, that could be two very different things. Event could be the photo shoot that he took that picture at. It'd be nice to know. Great looking card, though. All right, another good looking card here. This JoJo White Letterman, 1 of 1. And let's see what kind of guarantee. It just says authentic on both sides. And it's an authentic Letterman patch card. The jersey nameplate patch featured on the front of this card was worn during an official NBA game or event. So was this worn by JoJo, way after his playing days at some sort of, NBA Cares event or something like that? Well, actually, I've done the research, and it's pretty certain that these JoJo White Topps relics were from an NBA Finals jersey, believe it or not. And I think I talked about that in another video. The same jersey was featured in all of his other Topps relics, or at least we believe it was. What do they have to say about it here? Here they say that it was worn during an NBA game. So they're a little more specific there. So they didn't say game specifically on the 1-1 letter. They did say it here on this plain swatch. All right, another cool relic here. This is one of my favorites. This is a Sean Bradley laundry tag, Mavericks laundry tag, a 1 of 1. Pretty obscure relic there. And this says the relic contained in this card was worn during an official NBA game, and then they acquired it directly from the NBA. All right, so interesting stuff there. Now I'm going to go back in chronologically a little bit here and look at some of the final stuff real quick. And these are in chronological order from when they were produced. So the first one here, this is a 2000-2001 Topps Chrome final piece patch of Rick Smits. And on the front there, you see in big bold letters, authentic game-worn NBA Finals jersey. So what about the back? Nothing. Nothing on the back. It would have been nice if it said, like, hey, used by Rick Smits. So maybe one of the other iterations of their finals cards that year, because they did all sorts of finals cards, has it. And this top loader's gross. I need to put that in another one. Ugh. So here, authentic game-worn NBA Finals home jersey, which they only did home for the Pacers. The Lakers actually had a home and away. Let's see on the back. Nothing. So would have been nice to gotten a little more of a guarantee. Well, what about the Top Stars version? It says authentic game-worn NBA Finals jersey. And this is Rick Smits is in this set, but I just happened to pull the Reggie Miller. What's it say here? Well, it says NBA Finals game-worn jersey. So at least they put something on the back on that case, but still not much more than that. Let's fast forward a year. Pacers, unfortunately, were not in the finals after that. So we have a Mark Madsen Lakers jersey. It says authentic game-worn 2001 NBA Finals jersey on the front. And on the back, the material featured on the front of this card was worn during the 2001 NBA Finals, acquired directly from the NBA. Okay, so at least we got something on the back there. Fast forward, the Topps didn't do final sets for a little while after that. So let's skip to, this was the Pistons and Spurs series, Darvin Ham. This is probably one of Darvin's nicer cards. I think I won't say it's his only relic because I don't know. It's one of his only relics. I think he had some other ones actually. So this says authentic game-worn jersey. And then the material featured on the front of this card was worn during the 2005 NBA Finals, acquired directly from the NBA. Doesn't say explicitly that it was Darvin Ham, but once again, that is what is implied. And then finally here, this is that scary. Authentic is a scary word. It shouldn't be a scary word, but in some cases, authentic has come to mean non-associated. It's just an authentic, like authentic to what? So hopefully there's more clarification here on the back. Let's see what they had to say. The authentic jersey relic featured on the front was worn during the 2006 NBA Finals, and it was acquired directly from the NBA. So there you have it. That's a wide range of guarantees once again. I'm sure there are more out there. I didn't find a lot of the rookie stuff in my collection, but a lot of the rookie stuff explicitly said it was from the photo shoot. And like I said with Delonte West, it told you the date it was from. So maybe you've seen some other Topps guarantees on basketball cards. Let me know about those in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.